So we have the DELL R750xs Power Edge server. I need to unbox this, get it out of the box, and then once we unbox it, we can start setting it up. Okay, we'll take out these bits and strips inside. So let's have a look. To the side for now. Probably power supply, possibly. Okay, get the phone out, put that over there, and we have the server itself. So these things can be a bit heavy, so I need to put the phone down, pick up the server, put it on the desk, just for setup purposes. Obviously, ideally you'd want to rack it, but we're going to set it up on a desk and then we'll get it racked after we set it up. So I've unpacked everything that was in the box. Besides the usual guides and information leaflets, we've got the front panel, we've got 2 power cords, and then on top of that we've also got the boxes which contain the rails for racking the server onto the rack, or mounting the server onto the rack. And here's the front. So what you can see here is the drives. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 bays, and currently using 2, 4, 5 of them. In terms of discs, we have 3 480 gig SSDs. They're 2.5 inch, so we'll put those in. And we also have 2 960 gig. Now the 3 480 gig SSDs, they are going to be set up with RAID, so we can have a redundancy for the OS drive. And then the 960 gig SSDs, they're just going to be used for data. So once we power that on, we'll start setting up and getting the server configured. On the front, we've also got the USB connection here, as well as another VGA connection for the front. So in case you want to connect to a display screen at the front, as well as a micro USB connection here. So on the back here, you can see we've got the dual power supplies. Power supply 1 and 2 for redundancy. We've got the VGA connection. You've got some SFP ports, 2 USB connections, the iDRAC for managing the hardware remotely, and then 2 Ethernet, 1 gig Ethernet ports. So let's get this thing powered on. Okay, let's power this thing on and see what we get. We've got it all connected up, connected to the screen here. So we should have some life any moment. Nope, should I press again? There we go, it's just booting up. And usually it's quite loud when it first boots, and then after that, hopefully, it should quieten down. So it's still just loading the BIOS drivers, getting itself ready, and once it's done, we'll connect over to the iDRAC, or the system management, set up the disks, get them on a RAID. Once we do that, we will then install Windows Server 2022 over the network using the SCCM server. So for now, we'll just let this load up and then we'll go into the configuration. So we're going to set the RAID level to RAID 1 so we can mirror or duplicate our data across the multiple 480 gig disks. That way, if our operating system or one of our operating system disks fail, then we can remove it and replace it with another one, allowing it to rebuild. So We'll just keep it to RAID 1 because we've got 3 disks. And we're going to choose the disks that we want. 446. Let's choose. Oh, it is a bit tricky to select the disks, so I'm going to choose those 3. And I'll say next. Oh, we have selected too many physical disks. Okay, in that case, we'll just take off 1. And we'll just choose 2 disks. And click on next. The mouse is a bit flaky. And I'll just give this a name and quickly come back. And I've given it a name of OS disk. Let's move on from there. And we'll finish. Do we want to save this? Yep. Let's create the disk now. That's going to now mirror across 2 of the 480 gig disks. I can use the other one as a spare and just keep it in case one of the other ones fails. That's it, that's RAID done. And then here it says configure RAID and deploy an operating system. We've already configured RAID, so let's see what it tells us to do in terms of deploying an operating system. Go to OS deployment directly. Let's see what options we get. I may not do it through this way, but I'm just curious to see what the options are. I'm most likely going to install the operating system through my imaging server. I don't want 2019. Does it have 2022? Yes, it does. Windows Server 2022. Let's click on that. Come on. Composing OS drivers. Excellent. If it's already got this pre-built in, that would be great. But I'm interested to see what happens with this. Because this will save me a lot of time if it does install Server 2022 on there for me. And this particular server is going to be used for SolarWinds, which is our network monitoring system. So it's going to monitor our entire infrastructure, that's servers, storage devices, network kit, and everything. So the Windows Server 2022 installation is complete. It's now going to reboot, and we're going to carry on setting up the server. There we are. The usual Windows setup process, getting things ready. Instead of black screen, it's rebooting now. And then it should then take us back to the setup screen where we set up our administrator account and so forth. So what I'll do is I'll log in, set the server up, and then once it's all set up and configured, I'll show you and I'll come back and show you again. And we are in. Right, so not fully set up yet, but operating system installation complete, server setup complete, RAID complete. Well, let's start that again. RAID configuration complete, network connectivity complete, OS installation complete. Now I just need to set it up, get it racked, and then you can hopefully take a look. But the racking will probably be for another time. And here we are. As you can see, I've got brought my little screen over to the side because I don't have another screen sort of here. So I've just left that there, but it's just to check that it's coming on. And as you can see, the server is the top one. You can see there's an amber light. That's just showing that there is a fault. Well, the fault with this basically is I haven't connected a second power adapter yet, or second power cable yet. So it's only detecting one power cable. Once the second power cable is connected, it will have a blue LED light just like the one below, and that should show that it's all functioning and fine. So that is it. That server's all configured, set up, and yeah, if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.